Why do I gotta borrow my own? No, you know what I'm saying? Like, why do I have to borrow my own?
What are you going to do with the equity in the house? What would you do with the equity?
If I do borrow some equity, it would go toward remodeling my home.
Here's the challenge, though. You got all this equity, but it's paying you $0 every month.
That's true. That's true.
Guess what wealthy people know how to do?
You know how to save and build money?
They know how to leverage loans.
There you go.
Fam, this is exactly the trap I'm saving America from. You see, you can do everything right and still end up broke on paper and strapped for cash because your money is trapped in a house that pays you $0 a month. What's cracking, everybody? Money Smart Guy Matt Sapaula here, and welcome back to Keep the Keys Financial Wake Up Series. And today we're talking about one of the dumbest financial decisions people make. Now, I'm not calling you dumb. I'm calling the move dumb, which is the mindset of debt. You know, refinancing your house to pay off debt, refinancing your house to remodel, or rushing to pay off your mortgage early. And sadly, they need to borrow it back again. So let me break it down, starting in 3, 2, 1, let's go.
Who are we? Hey, 7-figure squad. What we go? Run it up, run it up.
So let's begin with the truth that a lot of people don't want to admit. America doesn't have an inflation crisis. America has a self-control crisis. How? Black Friday exposes it every year. Over $11.8 billion was spent on Black Friday this past Friday. People say they're broke. They say they feel tight, but the malls are full. Parking lots are packed. And Amazon drivers are working on overtime. And yet, Christmas is going on a credit card. And renters, you're not off the hook either. The number one reason renters can't become homeowners is not because of high home prices, it's because of high debt and high debt to income ratios. See, debt kills your approval. Debt kills your cash flow. Debt delays your future. Now, homeowners get trapped differently with this debt. You rush to pay off the house early. You feel proud, but now you need cash. And the only place it exists is behind the wall of debt equity. So what do people do? They refinance. They consolidate debt to pay off the house and their credit cards. They borrow against the house. They stretch 5-year problems into 30-year payments. And here's the odd part. The bank, they're clapping for you like you made a smart move. That's not smart. That's a trap. So here's what's really going on. Your mortgage is considered good debt. Your credit cards are bad debt. Your car loan is depreciating debt, bad debt. But your equity, that's the deadest debt of all because it pays you nothing. The average homeowner in America has $190,000 of equity trapped inside the house, just sitting there, earning zero. Meanwhile, credit card interest is 28%. Personal loans are decade highs. HELOCs, home equity lines of credit, their balance is the highest since 2008. And holiday debt this past Friday, $11.8 billion of purchases, a majority of that on credit cards. And 80% of renters have debt to income issues that block their approval to get a home. So people feel broke even though they're sitting on an asset because they don't have liquidity. Now, equity looks good on paper, but liquidity is what pays for emergencies. Liquidity is what takes advantage of opportunities, of investments. Liquidity is what allows you to have stability. Now, here's the thing though. You can't eat or spend equity. You can't swipe equity. You can't use equity in a crisis without putting your house on the line. But let's go back to the conversation I had earlier with the homeowner. Now, kudos to him. Talk about financial discipline. He paid off in 20 years his home instead of waiting on 30 years by sending in extra payments. But here's the thing though. Now he needs $50,000 to remodel the house. Again, let's hear what he said about equity.
Here's the challenge, though. You got all this equity, but it's paying you $0 every month.
That's true. That's true.
I told him it pays $0. Guess what? He agreed. What about me asking him, do you want to be rich or wealthy?
Do you want to be rich or you want to be wealthy?
I'd rather be wealthy.
He says, I want to be wealthy. And once you refinance and sink it back in, you're back to square one. And guess what? He agreed.
Once you refinance the house and sink it back into the property, you're putting that money back into the debt equity again.
I know it. That's not good.
So here's the lesson wealthy people already know. Rule number 1, liquidity is more important than equity. Rule number 2, strategy always beats emotion, or I hope so. And number 3, cash flow is more important than your pride. Smart homeowners don't rush to pay off their house early if it empties their bank account, if it empties their liquidity. Because a paid off house with no cash creates more stress, not less. And for you future homeowners and the renters out there, if you don't fix your debt first, you'll never qualify for a home later. So let me paint you a picture. What if you fix your debt the right way? What if you built 6 to 12 months of liquidity, cash liquidity? What if you stopped using the house like an ATM? What if you stopped stretching short-term problems into 30-year payments? What if you protected your future instead of gambling with it? That would change everything. That's what the Keep the Keys book and the Keep the Keys movement is all about. To protect the house, to protect the cash, to protect the future, in that order. Now, Linda, listen, if you're watching this right now and you've got credit card balances, you've got personal loans, you got holiday debt, and you think about refinancing, stop. Don't make another long-term decision based on short-term pressure. Before you do anything else, please get a debt review. Now, I've partnered with Mediator Debt Solutions, and they'll help you walk through your options in terms of getting out of debt so you can fix your debt without touching home equity to fix those short-term problems. Remember, don't stretch 5-year mistakes into a 30-year mortgage. There's other reasons to get a mortgage. A renter specifically to you. This will help you qualify for a mortgage faster to get this debt and this debt to income ratio in your favor. And to our homeowners, this will help you breathe again. So if you want that link, comment debt below, and I'll send you the link to talk to somebody about reviewing your debt situation. Please, don't let your house become an ATM. Don't trap your cash. Don't let pride replace strategy. Now this is how you keep the keys. If you haven't done so yet, make sure you smash that like and subscribe button and drop your biggest takeaway in the comment section below. From Dallas, Texas, I'm your Money Smart Guy. Until we meet again, continue to live smart, continue to love smart, and be money smart today. See you next week.